Jesus Freak here, and I'm testing some equipment. Anyway, yesterday I covered the Biblia de Pescador Apologetics Bible that I got at Bender's. I also got the Apologetics Study Bible, which, from what I can tell, it's not as nice as the Fisher of Men Bible, but it's available in English in the King James, so it's more convenient for me. Now, they're both Holman. I believe they're both 2K Denmark. This one certainly is 2K Denmark. There's some articles here and there. A couple introductions. D. James Kennedy. I should know that name. It's a 2-column layout with 3-column notes. The notes seem to be pretty good. They're mostly very conservative. They don't necessarily get into the whole young Earth versus as old Earth. There's a note here, they talk about young Earth versus old Earth. They don't, say it that one or the other is absolute. So that might be, somebody might have an issue with that. Now, there are sections throughout called Twisted Scripture, where they describe how various cultic groups and groups that don't believe in Christianity abuse the Bible. For example, there's a bit here it talks about serpent seed and Branhamism. There's a few different versions of serpent seed. You have Branham's version, which posits that you can't tell the difference between devil children and sons of Adam. Then you have a racist version that posits that black people are literally sons of the devil. There's another racist version that posits the Jews as sons of the devil. Found that one out from one of my IRC chat room regulars. There's lots of articles. Ooh, nice. They criticize Nice PETA. Props for that. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. Not as good as the Fishers and Men Bible, but it's good from an apologetics standpoint. And, you know, the layout's good since it's, you know, it's 2K Denmark. And it's got a 2K Denmark layout. And typical of 2K Denmark layouts, it has a nice, bold font reminiscent of, you know, Bibles like the Oxford Blackface from, you know, 1897. They're classic. Now, they do offer as possibilities, you know, JEDP, which could be problematic. It doesn't necessarily say, you know, we believe this and whatever. Or kind of like says, some people believe this, some people will believe that. Make up your own mind. But for some, you know, that might be problematic. It goes directly from the Old Testament into the New, without any sort of break. It's red letter, and, you know, being Holman, it's a pretty nice red letter. It's a dark red, similar to your Nelson, similar to Cambridge. It seems to push a preference for a Byzantine text type, since it supports the phrase, the Son of God at Mark 1:1. Now, it doesn't push... It treats Hebrews as being written by someone anonymous. Anyone with half a brain knows that Paul at least had a hand in it. That could be a problem. Ravi Zacharias. Can't remember whether that's a good thing or a bad thing that he's involved. There's an annotated bibliography in the back. It's hard to keep straight all those names, you know. Pretty good concordance. Not as good as an Oxford or Cambridge, it's still pretty good. timeline of apologists and notable works. A few pages of this. Selected important Old Testament archaeological finds. And New Testament. Then there's a chart showing how, we got more copies of the Bible than any other ancient work. And that the copies we have are a lot closer to the time they were written. There's some charts comparing Christianity with false religions and cults. And then it goes on to the Holman maps in the back. There's a few of these. It's decent for what it is. Could be improved, but it's pretty good for what it is. And given that Holman has a direct connection to the Southern Baptists, it's probably a lot more theologically sound than if, say, it came from some secular company, came from, Nelson or Zondervan, or, heaven help us all, from Abingdon Press. So, take that as you may. Jesus freak out.